Hello, everybody. We're reconvening. I'm Peter Yo. I'm the Vice President for Public Policy at the United Nations Foundation. And it is my great pleasure to introduce our next panel, who is arriving right now, to talk about United Nations peacekeeping. When we look at the panel today, we have in front of us the leaders of United Nations peacekeeping. These are the people, day in, day out, that are making sure that United Nations peacekeeping is happening in a strong and effective way. When we talk about peacekeeping, it's important to remember from a global perspective that in conflict and post-conflict situations around the world, United Nations peacekeepers are fighting, are working to promote peace and stability. And in many respects, United Nations peacekeepers are the most visible manifestation of United Nations peacekeeping through the blue helmets. I also think it's important to remember from an American perspective that, in fact, the United Nations peacekeeping directly serves American interests. And in fact, when we look at the fact that United Nations peacekeeping is 8 times cheaper than if Americans were to deploy our own peacekeeping forces, we realize what a true bargain it is. And when we look at where United Nations peacekeeping missions are deployed, from Haiti to Lebanon to Sudan, these are countries where the United States has a direct interest, political, economic security. And so while working in the context of the United Nations and working in the context of UN peacekeeping, we can directly serve American interests. And this is where United Nations Association comes in a very direct way, because we cannot get Congress to fully support UN peacekeeping without people who are willing to contact their member of Congress to support full funding for the UN. So we really appreciate the work and the ongoing work of individual UNA members and chapters in support of UN peacekeeping. Our Thank a Peacekeeper campaign will also be launched very soon, which gives everybody in this room an opportunity to thank peacekeepers, the troop-contributing countries that actually send peacekeepers into the field. So working together, we can really give the panelists here something to support.